Okay. I think we're good. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am so ready for today's video. I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling ready, okay? With that, let's get into the video. Today, I'm going to be talking about trust and honesty. Now, I think often we don't think about how important honesty really is. I know we teach it in our schools, we try to teach it in our homes, but are we really doing what needs to be done? Are we setting our children up for success in the long term? Because having trust and open and honest relationships is going to help your child keep that in the long term. It's going to help them feel comfortable making new friends when that is necessary, when they go off to college. In any kind of work setting, like being honest and open is so important in order for that child to grow and respond to their environment. So I think the best thing that we can do as parents that we don't always think about is being open and honest with ourselves. Because ultimately, like I said in the last video, our children learn from us. They are copycats. They do what we do every single time, again and again. So if they see that you're being honest with yourself, if you're doing your daily routines, if you're completing tasks that you said that you were going to do, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to want to be open with you. They're going to want to be honest with you, and they're going to trust you. You have to trust yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. And I can say from experience, being honest and open with myself has always been a little bit of a struggle for me, and it's always hindered my success in the long term. It's like I psych myself out and I set myself up for failure without even trying to do so. But being honest with yourself, telling yourself you're going to do something today, then do it. Don't bail on yourself. You are your most prized possession, okay? Let's put it that way. Another thing is just loving yourself. Like, you have to love yourself in order for you to love your child, in order for your child to love you. If you are so passionate about what you do every day and you love what you do and you feel confident, you're not putting yourself down, your child is going to feel the same way and they're going to want to have those same responses towards themselves. But yeah, back to the passionate thing. I think what we sometimes forget as parents is like we try to do the best for our kid and we neglect ourselves. And I know it's hard to do both. Depending on your situation, you could be a working mom and like totally just be focused on your work and like forget your kid, or you could be so totally focused on your kid and become a full-time mom that you're forgetting about yourself and you're forgetting about what you love and what you do. Your child is going to see that. They're going to be like, oh, like my mom, yeah, she does a lot, she does everything, but like she doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't love what she does. How am I supposed to feel that way for myself? So be open to letting go a little bit, showing your child that there are other things out there. If you love art, go do it. Go make a painting. Show your kid. Tell them, like, look, this is what I did. I'm really proud of this. Why don't you find something that you're passionate about, that you're proud of? If you love to read and you love to learn, then do that. They're going to see that, and they're going to learn from it. Kids who become successful have successful parents, and successful parents doesn't necessarily mean a lot of money. Success can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Success is ultimately doing what you love to do every single day for the rest of your life. That is a successful person. And you want to show your kid that they can have that too. Being happy at what you do every day, that is a successful person. So I think some things that we can do to help foster this trust and this honesty in our children is by listening to what they have to say every single day, no matter what. If they're having a rough day, talk to them about it. Be open and try to. I know it's hard with like little ones. You got to pull, but ask them every day, how was your day? Listening and responding to them. Listening to them is one thing, but responding to what they say is another thing. We have to learn how to understand how their thinking is working and learn how to respond depending on how old they are, what situation they're in, things like that. but we need to be able to respond in a way that helps them maybe see the opposite side of things, because they might be in a situation in which they're thinking like, why does this always happen to me? Why did this person do this? But you have to sort of make them think towards the positive way. Well, what can I learn from this? Put them into a different perspective. And you should show them that you know how to do this in your life too. Have eye contact when you do this. It's important to have eye contact. They'll understand that if you're really listening, you really have to look them in the eye. You have to know that you are actually listening to what they have to say, and that you are actually wanting to respond and communicate with them. And ultimately that'll set them up for a little bit more success. Keep promises, like I talked about before. Being open and honest with yourself implies that you'll have to keep promises to yourself. Keep promises to yourself so that you can do what you said you're going to do, and keep promises with them, because if you don't keep promises to them, how can they trust you? You know? How can they know that you're going to do what you said you were going to do? Or how can you now expect them to do something that you told them to do if you didn't do what you said you were going to do? I know that was a tongue twister, but you get my point. Tell the truth, no matter what. I mean, I guess white lies, you know what kind of situation we need to use white lies in, but telling the truth is so important. Being honest with them, saying, hey, you made a mistake. It's okay to make mistakes, but we can fix our mistakes, right? That's how we learn from mistakes. That's how we grow. We grow by learning from what we did wrong and fixing it the next time. Putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations is important to be better, you know? We have to put ourselves in those types of situations so that we know how we can respond. Establish boundaries. Boundaries as in what types of things can you really communicate. It's one thing to be open and honest, but it's another thing to try to make it like a friendship, and that's not what we want for our kid, because then that's how we get children who not so much are spoiled, but think they can get away with anything they want. And sometimes we as parents forget that that can become a habit. And then when you go and you try to discipline them, they don't listen, or they throw a tantrum. And it's like we have to set up these good habits so that those types of things don't happen. We have to be open and honest with what types of things we want from them. And again, ultimately that comes from you. You have to show them who you'd like them to be. Be the person that you want to be so that they can be the person that you would like them to become. But those are just a few tips and tricks that I would advise to follow for open and honest relationships. Again, this is so important. We often neglect how much this has an impact in our day-to-day lives and our child's success. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.